The Accountant. SGC here, and we're back. Directed by Gavin O'Connor, the guy that brought us Jane Got a Gun, Warrior, Pride and Glory. So who's in this movie? Well, we got Ben Affleck, Anna Kendrick, J.K. Simmons, Jon Bernthal, and Cynthia Addai-Robinson, and anyone else, check down below. So what's this film about? Well, basically, it's Ben Affleck playing an accountant who cooked books. Tons of cooking for notorious criminals, blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden, he's like, getting a lot of, like, heat here, so I should play the down low and do a top-notch, uppity-up sort of citizen gig, and, you know, maybe the cops will leave me alone type of thing. J.K. Simmons and all people hunt him down because they know he exists, but they don't know how to catch him, blah, blah, blah. And things go wrong when he picks up this citizen gig, and that's basically the entire film. So what did I think? Well, first off, Ben Affleck, Jon Bernthal, great casting, great stuff. They did their stuff. Great chemistry, intense, and the action choreo for them individually and when they're in a group was awesome. Really dug it. Ben Affleck played the part really well. I mean, social commentary aside, I don't know how realistic this high-functioning autism would look like, but social commentary aside, I believed that the performance in the story, that he was a high-functioning autistic man. And I enjoyed his performance, all his subtle knickknacks and all that stuff, and just really good performance overall. Jon Bernthal, awesome as well. He has a whole hot and cold side when he's the enforcer. Really nice sometimes, but really intense. Knows what he's doing, means business. Love that. The kid that plays Ben Affleck's younger self was awesome as well. Really did enjoy his performance when he had to do all those struggling outbursts and all that with the autistic sort of unknown stuff. Really dug it. Dug the flashbacks and all that. Yeah, while we're digging things, it's literally Ben Affleck, Jon Bernthal, flashback scenes, action scenes, legit accounting sequences were great. Amazing. I enjoyed it, loved it. I watched it in a screening full of UBC SFU students because that was the advanced screening for that, and it was hilarious just to be like, hey, they're getting all these accounting students to watch this movie about cooking books. What? But anyway, so yeah, that stuff I really enjoyed. Now the lesser stuff. J.K. Simmons had really nothing to do here. He had one good scene near the end, and it was like, ah, great, finally something to just show off. But overall, it's like, totally could have been recast. Put a no-name in there. J.K. Simmons is wasted here. Anna Kendrick, I really dug her scene when she's doing the books with Ben Affleck, and that is it. The chemistry, socially, just didn't work when they were running off together type of thing. But before, when they were like awkwardly lowering each other and then the counting excitement and then running off, just didn't work. But before, all that stuff was great. I mean, it doesn't help that this narrative jumps back and forth between Affleck and his stuff and J.K. Simmons and his stuff. Because with J.K. Simmons, we have Cynthia right up in center. And I looked up her bio. She's done mostly lesser roles in TV shows. And it shows that she is out of her depth, in a sense. And I feel like there could have been more directing and for her terms, just to make her character more of a presence. It felt very dry and just boring whenever Affleck is not on the screen. Even J.K. Simmons scenes were just like, come on, move it along, we want to get back to the main character type of thing. And Cynthia totally didn't help when the scenes that she's mostly in are really cut and dry and just really boring to watch. So yeah, I mean, that is it. That is basically the entire review of this film. The shots, what have you, music, what have you. Narrative, I mean, the pacing was interesting. Cutting out everything non-Ben Affleck related, I would have really enjoyed this movie a lot more because the scenes were intense. There was a lot of just crazy stuff happening, and it's just like, great. Oh, great thing. The greatest thing about this movie is the action. I love it. I mean, sure, John Wick did it first. Probably this is now forever a John Wick type of thing where it's fast, efficient, brutal, intense. And yes, The Accountant has that kind of action. Pop a guy, 2-hit body shot, roll up to him, shots in the face just to make sure he's dead. You know, just to make sure. It was just like, holy crap, that's brutal, efficient, and I mean, is it efficient? I mean, it guarantees he's dead for sure. Like, no doubt about it. And it's interesting. I would contrast that with John Wick in a sense where John Wick just literally goes into a room and systematically kills everybody. There's no really tactics about it because he just rolls. And it's just like, die, people, die. Whereas this crazy action sequence here for Affleck here is that he needs to be tactical about it because he's actually fighting against these real commando type kind of guys. Whereas John Wick was literally fighting thugs. And that's a lot more easy. But who knows, John Wick 2 probably will show us who's real boss. But anyway, so yeah, overall, Ben Affleck's performance, Jon Bernthal, the accounting stuff, which is great. I love how the narrative actually got the accounting stuff to be like, you're excited about, to be like, oh my goodness, that was like that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. And to bring up the social commentary about high-functioning autistics, and I feel like, however they're going to do it, there will be people complaining about how it's not portrayed well or what have you, but I enjoyed it for what it was, and I felt it was sort of like a teaching moment, as in, we shouldn't label kids A, B, and C, but rather they're just different, and we just treat them differently, and accept them, and just work with their differences, in a sense. And I really enjoyed that sort of stance on the whole social commentary side of this movie. Whereas it's not just like, oh, he has superpowers because he's high-functioning autistic, that's why he got beat his accountant. It's sort of in a grain of sand sort of truth type of thing, where it's, yes, these people tend to be in these fields, but at the same time, they're just different and not high-functioning autistic. So, yeah, there you have it. As an accountant, I enjoyed it for what it was. The movie could have been so much better, but at least it's not as cringeworthy as Don't Breathe, where the movie was so hidden amongst all these things, whereas The Accountant was like, there was a clear chunk where it was like great and enjoyable and entertaining. So there you have it. If you have seen The Accountant, leave your comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And that is it for this movie review for The Accountant. Out!